Hey everyone, Fervid here, and welcome back to Verse 1999 for a new, I guess you could say, story time. Now, it's been a few days since this guy showed up here. I don't remember his name. So, we're going to be doing this story to slay a tiger. I keep forgetting his name. Saying goodbye to the black tilted roofs of his home, he steps onto the road ahead, going off into the bright world. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as well. And as always, we'll be doing the story first and then his survey because, frankly, I'm just going to skip this pool. Again, we have 9 things to do. And I think whatever this minigame is going to be about, it's going to have to do with the birds, I believe. So, whatever this minigame is going to be, I guess I'll figure it out. So, let's start it off. Zhong's house. Okay, Zhong. The cold sky presses down on black tiles. Black tiles press down on white walls. At the foot of these walls is a courtyard. Though swept clean but that morning, a light dusting of snow has already begun to reclaim it. My tongue's still nothing. Being bitten. Weird. Cheng Heguang carries firewood into the house and lights the stove. Copying documents at the Yamen still earns me around 30 yen a day. He takes the ledger and inkstone down from a nearby shelf, dips his brush in ink, and carefully records the day's income and expenses. Where's a boss? It's boss fish. Base fish, or one boss sold for 7 yen. Expenses: leaf celery, 4 yen. 1 gin of salt, 5 yen. Medicinal herbs, 10 yen. Someone steps slightly behind him and drapes a coat over his shoulders. His mother. We don't know much about his family yet. Back already? Every winter feels colder than the rest.
You should be in bed.
I only went to see Dr. Wu for some Bible. He said you should be resting.
It's fine.
Alright. Why did you go to him again? Don't you usually go to, forgive me pronouncing this right? Dishtang? I wanted a new prescription. Apologies. I just ate dinner, and it's making me tired. I heard he just made a new batch of Dasal pills. Did you get some? Probably not. I told you not to go there. In fact, I said we should cut ties with him long ago. Started up with his usual nonsense, did he? Refusing to let you inside, using some illness as an excuse. Zhong pauses for a moment and closes the ledger.
Don't worry.
It's no matter. I have the medicine. I'll start brewing it now. What did he say? I'm guessing he stole it. I don't know. At the doorway, the branches of a may tree shake off a few clumps of snow. Thankfully for him, a sudden knock at the door interrupts the awkward silence. Expecting someone? We haven't had a visitor since your uncle returned to the countryside. Zhong puts the ledger back on the shelf. I'll take a look. Zhong trudges back through the snow to the courtyard gate and raises a latch. A familiar military officer stands outside. Commander Lee. Oh, it's this dude. Hey, Wang. I hope I'm not intruding. Not at all. I just returned from the clinic and was preparing to brew some medicine. How is your mother these days? Consumption is not easy to treat.
Mm-hmm.
Are you here on official Yamen business? Li Huifeng offers a faint, amiable smile. The Yamen's affair have nothing to do with me. I'm here to offer you an opportunity. And this is where he offers him this. This is where he gets tricked into helping him, being the constable. I guess he still doesn't know how bad of a person this Lee is. Chung returns indoors, clutching a yellow sheet of paper. The lid of the pot on the stove has already been lifted. The cooked rice porridge inside sending steady curls of steam into the air. Out of habit, he takes the ladle from his mother's hand.
Let me take care of this.
Who was it at the door then? Wait, damn it. I keep yawning. It was Commander Lee. Chung brings the porridge to the wooden table and casually passes the paper to his mother.
Mother.
Tomorrow, I'll ask if Auntie can lend her a hand for a while. It will be a long journey. A few sparrows flit past the window, chirping as they flutter out of the courtyard. This small village, governed by another county of Guangzhou Prefecture and nestled between mountains and rivers, has suddenly come to be called the Riverside Village. This Riverside Village looks much like Zhou County, as at its entrance, Cheng Heguang sees the familiar rise and fall of black tiles once again. Only today's afternoon is not quite as peaceful as usual. My brother's been mauled by a tiger! He's damn near on his deathbed, and you dogs have the gall to stand there, pushing us around?
Hmm?
To the left of the village entrance stands an exceptionally grand courtyard with a memorial python outside bearing the words loyalty, filial piety, integrity, and righteousness. A group of villagers have gathered beneath the python, their faces flushed as they shout at the household guards blocking their way. Likely the residents of a local gentry. Zheng approaches without a word, slipping in among several bystanders. Dr. Zhu was paid for with the family's hard-earned silver. She's inside treating Master Hu. How dare you try to barge in?
That's too far.
Dr. Zhu is the village physician, not the Hu family's private attendant. What could be more urgent than a life or death situation? What right do you have to stop us? What are you hiding in there? Tell Dr. Zhu there's a patient out here on the verge of death. I know she'll come out to save him. You'll just have to find another doctor. If you set off now for the county, you can make it there before nightfall. We already hauled them all the way down the mountain to Dr. Zhu's clinic, only to be told she was here. Just look at him. Does he look as though he'll survive a trip to the county? The injured villager is slumped over his companion's back, his hastily bandaged left arm soaked with blood. That's none of our concern. We had no hand in his injuries. If you continue causing a scene outside Master Hu's house, we'll call the bailiff over to have you arrested. The lead villager explodes in fury. Go on, call him. You're all in cahoots with one another anyway. Hu Highway is so afraid of dying, he summons a doctor every time he nicks his skin.
Enough!
Watch your mouth, you slanderer! One man's been mauled half to death, and you won't even let him through the door?
That's too far.
They waited until land prices were low and took 2 acres of my land in exchange for just 1 tael of silver. Last year, I had a funeral to arrange and was desperate for money. The Hu family loaned it to me, but charged 5% interest. The lead villager snatches a bow from his companion's hands and aims it at the household guards. A wave of shock ripples through them. The Hu family's out to ruin us all. First they snatch up our fields, then they hound us with debt. They're driving us to death. Fellow villagers, Tell me, does this sound fair to you? No! The rest of the villagers shout, and their hoes and clubs raised high. We're done waiting. We're not taking it anymore. One way or another, I am going through that door. We'll not be pushed around. Burn down the gate. We'll force our way in. The household guards draw their swords, raising their shields into a solid wall. Go ahead and try. This is nothing short of rebellion. Before the words even finish leaving the guard's mouth, an arrow flies toward his forehead. But before it can strike, it is cleaved It is cleaved in two by a flash of steel. Cheng sheathes his blade, stepping between the guards and the villagers.
This man is dying.
What harm is there in letting him inside? What harm is there in letting him inside? Who are you? He's not one of us. The crowd exchanges glances like a theater troupe interrupted mid-performance, unsure of what to do next. You. The gate is suddenly thrown open.
Enough!
What is going on out there? I'm just stuffed right now. It's hard to breathe. Oh well. This is somewhat getting interesting. So the cage is everywhere. It's the eye of the Cheng. Sorry. Alright. Let's see. So who is the doctor? Calm, unhurried footsteps emerge from the courtyard. Seems they've had martial arts training. The guards hastily make way, their voices softening with deference. It's Dr. Xu. Have you finished examining Master Hu? Master Hu? You mean his night blindness? Exactly how much time do you expect me to waste on that man? And you, out here making a racket and swinging your weapons about while I'm trying to write a prescription? Care to explain yourselves? She takes the steps two at a time, passing Cheng without so much as a glance. The villagers all lower the weapons, allowing her to approach the gravely injured man. She narrows her eyes as she examines him. How did this happen? We were hunting in the mountains and ran into a tiger. My brother, he fell behind and... Cough. Before he could finish, Dr. Xu turns and strides back toward the gate.
Get him in here!
Yeah, get him in here. But Dr. Xu, he's covered in blood. How can we possibly carry him into Master Hu's courtyard?
Enough!
It's bad luck for someone to die at the gate, is it not? I'll ask Master Hu for a room myself. She pauses, then turns back impatiently. Well, unless you wish for this man to die, I suggest you bring him in. Alright. Quickly, let's get him inside. Two villagers rush the wounded man inside, streaking the entrance steps with blood as they ascend. Should we wipe it up? If it dries, it'll be harder to clean. Of course you don't. Unless you're looking for a scolding, you'll wipe it this instant. The guards fetch water from the courtyard and begin hurriedly scrubbing Master Hu's steps. Despicable. All's well that ends well, it seems. Whatever. Just glad those other things are done. Cheng is about to leave when the lead villager steps in to block his path.
Stop there!
Wait! Who are you? Why did you cut down my arrow? Only a passing traveler. Your arrow would never have pierced that guard's rattan shield, but it would have given them a reason to retaliate.
Your recklessness will cause nothing but trouble.
True enough. I may have lost my temper, but I've put up with them and their shoddy treatment for far too long to care about the consequences. If they fight, then we fight. And if you made the first move, you'd have been deemed a primary culprit. Were someone to die, your punishment would be death. And what of it? You think I fear death? Ha! The way you speak, it's obvious you come from a noble stock. How could someone like you understand our struggles? The disjointed back and forth phrase. Cheng's patience.
I'm not.
No, he was the son of a soldier who turned bandit. During their exchange, several village guards rush over, stirring up a cloud of yellow dust under the python. What's going on here? Master Hu's personal guards hurry forward to greet them, directing their accusations at the villagers sitting cross-legged by the gate. It's these troublemakers. They've dirtied Master Hu's steps. We didn't mean to cause trouble. Someone was mauled by a tiger and urgently needed treatment. Another tiger attack? We've lost 3 people this month to those beasts. We have warned you over and over not to travel into the mountains. Why go up there? With this year's feeble harvest, what choice did we have? 5 years ago, it was floods, and now it's drought? Grain has grown more expensive than gold. If we don't hunt, what are we to eat? My land has all been taken, and we have no grain stored for the winter. Hunting rabbits is the only way we can scrape together a half-decent meal. If only an immortal would appear again, as they did 5 years ago, handing out grain to us all. After a moment's hesitation, Cheng steps past the village guards and offers the headman a modest bow. I've had some formal weapons training, including hand-to-hand. If you aim to head into the mountains to hunt a tiger, I will offer my assistance. The village guards exchange amused glances. That mountain forest isn't meant for travel. Only a fool would go there without a good reason. Had these hunters not been so greedy, this wouldn't have happened. I don't think it's greed. It's survival. The tiger attacked them in the forest, not the village. We can't go tripsing into the forest hunting tigers. We'd never get any real work done. With a dismissive wave, he turns back to scold the grime-covered villagers. That's enough. Go back to your homes, and no one is to go up the mountain again. Your decree doesn't change the fact that these hunters will still have families to feed. That tiger has taken too many lives. It cannot be ignored. The headman suddenly swings his staff as if he were swatting at an annoying mosquito. Its tip brushes inches from the hem of Cheng's clothes. You're getting on my last nerve, boy. You are neither an official nor a member of this village. What good does it serve you to stick your nose into our business? If you're so eager to play the hero, go deal with the tiger yourself. Broken cries echo from the courtyard. Cheng tightens his grip on the hilt of his blade.
It's absurd.
It is. That's how it is. He pushes past the guards, once again placing himself between them and the villagers. Hey, what do you think you're doing? The tiger. Can you tell me exactly where you encountered it? Yeah. If you can't convince these morons, might as well do it yourself. More, huh? Enter the forest and head due south. After passing another slope, it is somewhere near the edge of the cliff. They said the tiger is blue and white, 2 or 3 times larger than an ordinary one. It almost sounds like a monster. Ahead stretches a thick pine forest with shrubs reaching to the knee. Wild grass lies flattened in the undergrowth, streaked with dull rust-red blood.
I need to be careful.
This is where the hunter was wounded. I should proceed with caution. The forest wind falls silent, and the wind grass rustles softly. The sound of heavy breathing reaches Cheng's ears. It sneaked behind me. Whoa! Now that's an awesome-looking tiger. A massive tiger, blue streaks in its magnificent white fur, bursts from the grass, slamming Cheng to the ground. He braces his half-drawn blade across his chest, barely holding off the attack. Look at this big kitten. Blue flames flare across the tiger's brow as it presses its claws against the blade. That's some strength, huh? A feather shoots from his shoulder. Guard. like an arrow, piercing the tiger's forehead. A thunderous roar shakes the forest. In an attempt to escape, the tiger clamps its jaws around Cheng's blade and hauls him forward. Ugh. Cheng refuses to let go as the tiger barrels forward, rushing them both to a nearby cliff edge.
No!
As the tiger leaps, a sudden sense of weightlessness comes over Cheng. The tiger dropped him. In a split second, he grabs hold of the cliff edge, his body dangling below. What the hell is this? Drag and extend chi to connect to the target. This is my family blade. How can I let it go so easily? Use chi to fire feathers and make the beast let go. Drag the portrait, use chi to connect feathers to the tiger. Each feather has a different number of tags. Connect enough feathers to defeat the tiger. So we got 16 defeat enemies before you run out of chi and feathers. So there we go. So that's how it works. I have to have time, huh? A second round? Oh god, okay. Okay, so shoot fire? Oh! So this isn't how long I got, right? I can only go to a certain length, right? 1, 2, 3, feather after feather pierces downward. With the final impact, the tiger grips loosens. It lets out a final howl as it plummets down into the ravine below and vanishes out of sight. The soil is too loose. It needs to be harder if I'm to pull myself up. Breathe. Sense the flow of chi. Wherever it touches, the earth hardens like iron. Concentrate. The soil beneath his fingers takes on a faint metallic sheen, but doesn't spread any further. Is it too much for me to handle? As the soil's binding begins to fail, the clump in his grip begins to break apart. A pale fog blankets the foot of the cliff. Falling would surely mean his demise. Even so, he feels his grip beginning to falter.
Darn it!
A heartbeat before his fingers give out. A thin silver thread slices through the air from the cliff's edge. That's... So that was a unique minigame as well. The old friend. Let's continue on. Gravely injured I am. The silver thread coils around Cheng's waist and drags him back onto the cliff. He hits the ground and rolls, the stabbing pain in his left leg catching up to him on impact. A broken branch is lodged in his calf. The village doctor stands over him, calmly reeling the silver thread back onto a bone shuttle. It's you. Playing the lone hero isn't a healthy habit.
It's how we usually get things done.
True, maybe.
Someone has to do it.
Someone had to resolve the matter. Besides, once I see a problem, I cannot turn a blind eye to it. I couldn't involve those hunters again, not after they scarcely made it back alive. How can you be so sure they wouldn't have lent a hand? Dr. Xu steps closer, squatting down and inspecting the wound on his left leg. Good news, it doesn't appear too deep.
Are you ready?
She doesn't wait for an answer. In one swift motion, she yanks the branch free, and the wound wells with blood. She knows what she's doing. Satisfied there are no splinters left in the wound, Dr. Xu guides her silver thread through a series of precise sutures. With practiced ease, she applies herbs pulled from her robes to the wound, then cuts and ties a clean.
Thank you.
A clean with white bandage. Thank you. You have quite the unique method for treating wounds. I just find some joy in experimenting with my arcane skill. Forgive my bluntness, but what are you doing here, Doctor? The Hu family refused to let the hunter stay after I patched him up, so I had him taken to my clinic. Whether he survives or not is in fate's hands now. In any case, it struck me that you looked somewhat familiar. I asked around where you'd gone and was promptly informed that you inquired about the tiger's whereabouts and run off alone, to face the beast, no doubt. That can't be, I told them, but their faces were deadly serious. I was worried something might happen, so I hurried over. Dr. Xu falls silent, her eyes lingering on Cheng. If not for your lack of familiarity with the terrain, you're getting lost, but notwithstanding, I doubt I have been able to catch up to you in time.
Don't worry.
It wasn't all that dangerous, although the tiger was fiercer than I had anticipated. Ha! That recklessness of youth. May I know your name? Cheng Heguang. I must say, Cheng Heguang, that flying feather technique of yours is quite curious. A skill passed down through your family, I presume.
Yes.
That's right. Dr. Xu's winding of the bandage falters for an instant before she finished up and nods it. I once knew a man by the name of Cheng. He commanded flying metal shards through the air. His abilities were quite impressive. Still, those who excel in such things tend to have weaker constitutions. He used to be on the wrong side of the law, but official was written into both his name and his fate. And sure enough, in the end, he became one. Did you know him? Cheng clenches his teeth, his focus shifting to the remaining flying feathers on his shoulder. I can see you've discerned it already. He was my father. Finished with the bandaging, Dr. Xu stands up and dusts off her hands. Oh, well, that's quite the coincidence. Your father and I were friends, which I suppose makes you my nephew, or near enough. So listen, nephew, this injury will take a few days to heal, and the dressing will need changing. My clinic is at the foot of the mountain. Come stay with me for a few days.
Thank you.
I brought little money with me. I'm afraid I may not have enough to cover the medical expenses for the next few days. You think I'm after a few coins? Just stay. You can pay me back by lending me your hand while you can. Might I lend you mine in getting up? No need. I can manage. Stubborn as always. Stubborn be damnable stubborn. Ha ha ha. Let's see. The two set off together down the mountain. You seem young. Are you still studying, or have you already become an official? Neither. I mostly get by on odd jobs. And what odd job brought you to this poor place in the middle of nowhere? I was running an errand for someone and happened to pass through. I see. How is your mother? Well enough. And your father? He passed away. What happened? He had an accident. I'm sorry. I never would have imagined. Imagined? He was still young, but I suppose death comes for us all. A long silence falls. Reaching the foot of the mountain, they push through the grass and follow the stream for a short distance. From between the trees, a solitary white house emerges into view. Why set up a clinic out here in the wilderness? It would be easier to see patients if you lived in the village. Convenient, sure, but the houses in the village are tall and crammed together one after another. Living like that would be maddening. But your clinic has the same black roof tiles and white walls. It looks no different from the houses in Shu County or the village. What do you expect me to do? Paint the house black from top to bottom? Dr. Xu whirls, sending 3 silver threads like spider silk toward Cheng's vital joints. As if he anticipated the attack, Cheng dodges, Flying feathers clash with silver threads, tangling as they fall to the ground.
What was that?
You could have stood and taken the threads, yet you chose to dodge and tear the wound open instead. Wow. Your command over your arcane skill is undisciplined. To say the least, had you used it properly earlier, you'd have subdued the tiger without so much as a scratch. Dr. Xu shakes her head and sighs. I remember how your father would turn leaves to metal, sending them flying as he bid. There are plenty of leaves here. Why not give it a try?
I can't.
Everyone from my clan can control light metals, but transmutation, I am the only one left who could do it. Or at least I ought to be. You've chosen not to use this unique ability? Not exactly. I can no longer control it, as if something is blocking me. As a child, I used it recklessly. It caused an accident. After that, with no one to guide me, I dared not use it often. A waste, if you ask me. Only you possess this ability, and yet you shackle yourself with hesitation. Your father and I sparred many times, enough for me to become familiar with his arcane skill. His arcane skill, like mine, relied on guiding matter with chi. If you wish it, I can teach you a few techniques. Be a guide of sorts. But why? Why? Because I want to. And because it's the right thing to do. But Cheng Heguang, when an elder offers you her teachings, you shut your mouth and listen. That's right. Obey your auntie. Obey your auntie. Oh boy. Dr. Xu swings open the clinic door without ceremony. Inside the clinic, an assistant is busy boiling medicine. 2 or 3 patients lie resting nearby, including the hunter whose arm was mauled earlier. Pardon me? Doctor, you're back. Who's this? A patient I picked up on the road. How's the hunter? He's still unconscious. Right. Be sure to change his dressing in a couple of hours, and keep a close eye on him tonight. A fever could prove fatal. One of the 2 patients, a young man, hops out of bed and runs over, his face flushed with color. Doctor, that medicine's incredible. I've never felt so alive. Like I could plow 2 acres of land without so much as a breath. I'm glad to hear. Help me! Doctor, help! Help! Dr. Xu lets out a weary sigh and walks over to the old man's bed. What is it this time? I still feel terribly ill. My stomach hurts, and I throw up every time I eat. I gave you strict instructions not to have any food, but you just couldn't help yourself, could you? I've just brewed him some fresh medicine. I only poured it a moment ago. It's still hot. To the assistant's surprise, Dr. Xu smiles and looks up at Cheng, who is still standing by the door. Perfect. We just have the man for handling a little heat. Right. Let's continue on. Again. Now, Cheng, move the bowl of medicine on the table into my hand using only your family's technique. Why? Do you often make a habit of arguing with your elders? Brewing and serving medicine is part of the clinic's duties, but if you prefer to lie around and take advantage of my hospitality for the next few days, you might be my guest. Cheng falls silent for a moment, then extends his right hand and aims it at the bowl of medicine. In an instant, the medicine bowl turns black and spins forward, almost crashing into Dr. Xu's hand. a little excessive, but all in all, not bad for the first try. Although, it is rather heavy. I wonder why. She breaks into a cheerful laugh, then props the metal bowl upright and shows it to Cheng. The medicinal broth inside the bowl has been transmutated along with it, becoming a solid block of metal. Wow. Fortunately, the effect wears off in time, otherwise you'd be paying for the medicine. Have patience, remember, a single day does not make a master. Ow! My back! It's been a long while since I've used it so much. With a little more practice, I know I will perform it without error. Dr. Xu retrieves several chipped broken bowls from around the room. Well, if you're not lacking for confidence, why not begin with these? Once you've mastered them, lighter things like flowers and leaves should be no problem at all. Your arcane skill works much like my own. Simple, really. Sense the flow of chi, carefully straighten it, and aim it at the object. And strike.
Huh!
The metal bowl slams into the wall once again, and Cheng's brow knots even tighter. Young man, I have watched you throw that broken bowl around day after day, and I still can't fathom why Dr. Xu is making you do it. Having woken up with little else to occupy him, the tiger-bitten hunter has decided to strike up a conversation with Cheng. I'm training my arcane skill. Unable to resist, the remaining two bedridden patients chime in as well. Training? That old lady can't even throw a punch. What does she think she... What? Does she think she's some sort of martial arts master? No. What do you mean, can't throw a punch? Did she catch you off guard too? She looks fierce, has a bad temper, and talks loud enough to rattle the bedpans. But I've never once seen Dr. Xu get into a fight with anyone. Her arcane skill, those silver threads of hers, is finer than hair. Other than stitching up wounds, what good could they be? The thought hadn't occurred to me. Come now, you can hardly say that. At the Du Shuo festival, Dr. Xu played a female soldier, remember? Kill! Kill! She was like a demoness, fierce as anything. Come on, anyone could shout. I could just well play as a great general. All troops, heed my command! Another metal bowl rolls onto the floor. Still, I hear there was once a bandit in Guangzhou who fought with silver threads. They say the bandit stole state supplies, torched villages, and left many soldiers wounded.
I heard that.
Traveling merchants talk about the very same thing. They say those silver threads could cut through iron like mud. Frightening stuff. In the end, the bandit raided Shu County, but after that, word of them vanished. Wow! Shu County? That's the richest place in all of Guangzhou. All manner of merchants and officials live there. Not like this poor backwater town we're stuck in. Nonsense. Dr. Xu would never stoop to being some lowly mountain bandit. If she could fight, she'd be a hero. Plenty of people have similar arcane skills, don't they? I can produce flames from my fingertips, just like the Hu family.
Yes.
I suppose you're right. I've never seen her use those silver threads for anything practical. Not even to slice a vegetable. Perhaps they simply aren't good for much. You could walk every street of the village saying she's a bandit, but I bet not a soul would believe it.
Well...
Is that so? There was a time we didn't have a doctor in the village. Small illnesses we just had to endure, and we couldn't afford the county fees for anything serious. After Dr. Xu arrived, the villagers could finally get the treatment they needed. That's right, my son was having convulsions last year. It's all thanks to her that she's still with us. The metal bowl slowly rises, wobbling as it drifts toward the other side of the room. Finally, it settles smoothly on the table.
That's awesome.
Well done, young man. It's about time you finally managed it. Now I can get my medicine over here without spilling it. And cranberries. Sorry. The Hu family's calling me over for medicine again, ever sending their orders, yet never bothering to actually come to the clinic. I swear, the day I end up saving their lives is the day I squeeze 10,000 tails out of them. Go ahead, Doctor. I'll keep an eye on the clinic. Dr. Xiu is halfway across the threshold when a teacup suddenly spins in from behind, aimed at her side. Doctor! Dr. Xiu doesn't even flinch. She reaches out her hand, and the teacup halts in midair before slowly dropping into her palm. The cup's base gleams with a clean metallic sheen. The tea inside is all perfectly brewed, and the leaves fully unfurled and settled at the bottom.
So?
Not bad.
To have come this far in just 3 days, your progress is indeed worthy of praise. Dr. Xiu drains the tea in one gulp, then steps out the door. In the early hours of the morning, while the patients are still sleeping, Cheng Heguang gathers the broken bowls together. The doctor's assistant walks over carrying a bowl of medicinal broth. Time for your medicine, young man.
Hmm?
I don't recall Dr. Xiu prescribing me any additional medication. It's a new prescription, designed to help replenish your qi. Smells like one qi and dongui, but my injury is already healed. There's no use wasting good medicine. You still need to make up for your qi and blood loss. The doctor specifically prescribed it to you. Cheng frowns slightly, but still takes the medicine and raises to his lips. A silver thread shoots in and knocks the medicine bowl from his hand. It shatters with a sharp crack. Brown medicinal liquid splashes across the floor. Dr. Xiu stands nearby with a hardened expression. That is not what I prescribed. Doctor, you've returned already? What are you trying to do? I came back for something. What's going on here? This new patient of yours, he's up to something. The assistant pulls a pale yellow sheet of paper from his jacket and hands it to Dr. Xiu.
Did you go through my bag?
Wow, really, dude? Ever learned of privacy? Regular visitors don't inquire about bandits at a clinic. You covered your tracks well, but not well enough. Let's see here. The bandit known as Shuttlebones, bearing arms in public, robbed the prefectural granary. The offender is a violent bandit who wields a bone shuttle and silver thread with deadly precision. All jurisdictions are commanded to conduct the arrest with extreme vigilance. So this is the warrant of my arrest. My, look how hideous this drawing of me is. Who would even recognize me from such a scrawl? I suppose it was my arcane skill that gave me away, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Doctor. I wanted to deal with this before you were returned. Dr. Xiu folds the arrest warrant in half and tosses it into a nearby brazier. Our curious patient here is Brother Cheng's child. I had my suspicions with that arcane skill of his. Oh, so what if he is? We helped Cheng Heguang when he needed the most. His son ought to help us in return. Besides, you've done nothing wrong. My daughter was starving to death while he dragged his feet every step of the way, acting the young lord. If it weren't you... Dr. Xiu slams her palm down on the table beside her.
Enough!
There's medicine that needs boiling. Go! The assistant casts an unwilling glance at Cheng, then leaves a sullen silence. Dr. Xiu suddenly sweeps the metallized broken bowls to the floor. You said you're not with the Yamen,
I am not.
but on occasion I take bounty orders from them. Your odd jobs. Is it the money you care for? Or is it something else? Why not confront me directly? Waiting for me to nurse you to health first? Planning to slit my throat in the night? I've watched you for days. Nothing about you resembles a criminal.
That warrant means nothing to me.
If you swear to me that you never committed arson, hurt anyone, or raided Zhu County, then I will leave at once. Dr. Xu draws in a slow breath, her face returning to its usual calm. But I did it all. Your injury's healed, hasn't it?
Let's get started.
Damn. Damn. Well, such nice things come to an end. Although I will admit to you guys, it is late for me, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take a break from this. Yeah, it is a bit. You know what? It might be late, but I might do a little bit. I'll do one more. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep going. Shuttlebones. I remember her. She knew your father once.
Yes.
The Yamen has confirmed she was the ringleader behind the raid on Zhu County that night. All those caught in that raid were executed, save for her. She fled with a handful of others, disappearing near the riverside village. If she yet lives after all these years, she has likely lowered her guard and settled into an ordinary life. If I resolve this, I'll have amassed enough merit to fill the opening for the constable, and the reward sum will surely help us in the meantime. You'll finally have some standing, and those brutes at the Yamen won't push you around any longer? Your father told me a little about Shuttlebones before. She is powerful, a reliable ally, and a formidable foe. I'll be careful. Besides, there are a few anywhere in Huazhou Prefecture who can match the blade techniques you taught me. That's good to hear.
I worry that...
You're pushing yourself too hard. And he does. Chang takes his sword down from the wall.
No need to worry. This is what I've always wanted. And it's the only right way forward.
His old saying. His usual saying. But it blinded him in the end. Amid a clearing in the mountain woods, Chang stands peering at the trees. So this is what you meant by a duel. Dr. Xiu perches up with one leg propped on the tree branch, calmly twirling the bone shuttle in her hand. This is how I toyed with Yamen officers when I was young. You should never expect an enemy to fight on your terms. So be it. Chang draws his blade, cleaving the high branch in a single strike. That's what they used to do too. The silver thread shoots out from the swaying leaves, carrying Dr. Xiu safely to the high branches of another tree. Never worked back then either. Chang sends several leaves shooting upward. They fall short before reaching their mark. You're wasting your energy. I know your arcane skill cannot reach so high.
Then I'll drag you back down!
The sword whirls in his hands, the forest trembling with surrounding pines. After several moments, Dr. Xiu cannot help but sigh. You foolish boy. Tell me, what do you believe this will achieve? This little thread of mine can go very far. Allow me to demonstrate. A longer silver thread extends from her outstretched arm, propelling her toward a distant tree. The silver thread snaps, sending her hurling back to the ground. 2 metal leaves fall from the air in her wake.
Not bad.
Nicely done. When you swing between the trees, you'll lose some height. How much you drop depends on the length of the silver thread. No matter how long your thread, my arcane skill will be able to reach you. Cheng braces his blade before him. Are you ready to finish this? Dr. Xiu turns her back and begins to amble off the mountain along the mountain path. No, I am tired now. Cheng stares at her back, confused before deciding to follow her after her.
How could you?
If you never meant to fight, why challenge me? Why lure me here? Why the hurry? You can't be sure you'll beat me, can you? Ever heard of keeping your blade sheathed and waiting for the perfect moment to strike? And even if you were to win, what then?
I will take it to the Yamen.
At the very moment you defeat me?
No.
Not until every patient in the clinic is healed. Then you'll be waiting for a long time. Over 1,000 people live in that riverside village. 3 days don't pass without someone knocking at the door. Besides, there are still patients at the clinic right now. Are there not? So what's the rush? We'll come back to this tomorrow. I think she's dead set on being a medic. Or a doctor. Another fight. Another fight. Fallen leaves scatter, turning into metallic blades as they tangle with silver thread. They streak through the air in a blur, impossible to make out. Okay, so... Alright, when connecting to certain areas, all small objects within are automatically connected. So let's see. So, let me think. Can I go here? Let's try this. There we go. That's how I do it. Let's see here. Upwards. Again. Now let's see. Let's see. Let's go here for now. Damn it. So, I don't know how to do this. So, let's see. We need more than freaking 3. How do I do this? Alright, this is getting ridiculously ridiculous here. We need 7 here. Honestly? Alright, so what if I do this? There you go. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Really? I'm trying to freaking think here, guys. Let me think. Connect to some. What if I do? There's a blue area here, maybe. What if I do this? Go here, go here. It'll have to be equal to 7. What if it just... I think it's already connected, right? Yeah, it's connected here. Okay. Okay, now I'm getting it. Now I'm starting to get it. Alright, what's the third round this time? Alright. Let's see. We need 6 and 6, right? I mean, this should be easy, right? I think this is already connected, so... Let's go here. But it's gonna be harder for me to try this, man, so... I do this. And then this should be easy as great. Should be good. Yeah, I think I got it. Holy hell, that was stupidly difficult. A grid minigame like this is funny. You are improving quickly. You most struggle to see my thread, let alone defend against it.
No.
Still not fast enough. I can't catch the silver thread's chi. I can't turn it into metal. You're shielding the bone shuttle in your grip. Its chi resistance is too strong. I can't properly use my arcane skill. I can't allow you to destroy my weapon that quickly. I have a reputation to uphold. Silver black and silver threads coil around the edge of the Chang's blade. You rely too much on your arcane skill. Your metallization is irreversible. You've even trapped your own blade. As the silver thread whips around Chang's neck, the wild grass beneath Dr. Xiu's feet lashes upward in stabbing arcs. The blades of grass halt at her throat. Handling so many at once? I underestimated you. Ugh, let's call it a troll. Fine. We'll stop here for today. After some hours of training in the woods, Cheng returns to the clinic a little late.
Hey!
Several villagers are helping the hunter as he heads home. When he spots Cheng, he raises a hand in greeting. I'm on the mend and ready to head home. Dr. Xiu has plenty of work to do. Last thing she needs is me taking up more of her time. I heard you killed that tiger. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I'll head back to the village and let everyone know.
I only did what was necessary.
No need to make a fuss. The man doesn't hear a word, and only shuffling off with a foolish grin on his face. Yep. Chung enters the clinic and to find Dr. Zhu seated by the medicine stove, gently fanning the flames. A few days earlier, Dr. Zhu sent her assistant to prepare medicine for the Hu household. The Hu household. Now it is only the two of them. With such skills in medicine, why become abandoned? Because I wanted to be a hero.
No.
Righteous ends must be pursued through righteous means. However they justify it, bandits inevitably bring harm to the innocent. There's no reasoning with someone as immovable as you. Distributing the grain I'd stolen from the officials to the poor, that is a life worth living. And robbing the people of Zhu County? Is that your idea of heroism? Dr. Zhu keeps her eyes on the medicine stove, seemingly oblivious to Chung's words. A long silence passes before she replies. No, I know I don't have the stuff to be a hero, but living here and being a doctor respected by the people, that I can do. Tell me, what happened to your father?
You didn't know?
Sorry, I was wanting for my life back then. Too busy pretending to be something I'm not. She chuckles with a trace of self-mockery. And after that, well, I settled into a life of black tiles and white walls, every day filled with the simple chatterings of villagers and patients, knowing nothing of the outside world. I told you he passed away. Maybe you killed him. He confessed to his crimes and accepted his punishment. I see. There's more to it. Dr. Zhu lifts the lid of the medicine pot and peers inside. In an instant, the clinic fills with the bitter scent of herbs. The villagers speak so highly of your medicinal skills. Do you know anything about treating consumption? Any special remedies? What are the symptoms? How long has it been? It began the winter before last. At first, there was only coughing and night sweats, but the coughing worsened rapidly. Over the past 3 months, she's been coughing up blood quite frequently, suffering severe chest pain, and often says she has trouble breathing.
There's nothing I can do.
The doctors in Zhu County said the same. They were right. I'm afraid she won't make it through the year. I'm assuming she's someone special to you. Without a word, Chung turns his back and leaves the clinic. After a while, the medicine in the pot begins to bubble over. Cheng Heguang, pass me the ladle.
Cheng Heguang.
Hearing no response, Dr. Zhu steps away from the stove and heads outside. Oh, damn it. Pardon me. That was so sudden, I'm sorry. My goodness. You know, this is what happens when you eat before making a video. I'm embarrassed. That was embarrassing. Damn it. Let's see. Now the grass is a weapon. A small patch of grass grows just outside the clinic. Now that the grass is a weapon, every leaf has turned into a blade, whirling in tight clusters of the wind. They dart through the wind, striking one another with a sharp, metallic clang. This is unfair. It is. But remember, Chong, flowers bloom and fade. Grass withers and thrives. All is governed by the Lord of Spring. I'd never have expected such words from you. I'm from a medical family. Just a handful of verses picked up in my youth. That's all. Not fond of that kind of talk? The needle-fine metal shards freeze in midair, then scatter across the ground. I'll clean this up. You've cleaned enough. You should head home. I'm not done here.
We'll take care of it.
Yes, well, we can take care of that tomorrow. I bet he's just stubborn and trying to complete this job. He probably just went late and his mother already passed away. I'm going to assume. Okay, guys. I think I'm just going to say it. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to end it here for today, but I'll be back. I'll continue on with this video and recording. So I'll see you guys in the next day. Bye for now. And I am back to doing the night raid. Yep. Alright. It is now Tuesday. It's the next day. Cheng sits on a mat, tending to his sword. The blade catches the light as it turns, casting a few bright reflections into Dr. Xiu's wine bowl. Always wound so tight. The real showdown is tomorrow, so why not relax a little? Or is it wound so tight? There'll be no coming back from this one. I clean my weapons every night and reflect on the day's deeds. One must restrain oneself and submit to proper conduct. Ugh. Of course, forget I said anything. It is precisely because I am dueling you that I must prepare all the more. Do you truly need the money so dearly? Is that why you are so set on defeating me?
No.
It's not about the money. Fulfilling this task will give me a chance at a constable's posting. So you need credentials then. The circumstances of my birth limit my avenues into court. Dr. Xiu takes another sip of her wine.
The court again.
Why does everyone have such great desires to hold office? Your father said the same thing once. He told me I was not to come looking for him again, saying you and I are no longer the same. I am an official now. I have a life in Shu County. I said to him, people must eat, must they not? Floods have brought ruin to the fields, and children are starving. But did he listen? I didn't ask much of him, just to leave a door open for us, and we make it worth his while. I know the story. Case record Cheng Heguang, garrison officer of Shu County on account of personal ties, led bandits into the city and permitted the plundering of the county granaries. Further charges include accepting bribes. All statements are entered on record. After the bandits entered the city, they not only looted the granaries but also vandalized and ransacked nearby homes, drawing the people into their violence. That night, 24 people were killed or injured. In the evening, Commander Cheng instructed us to change shifts early. We were unaware of any looting. I swear that this given statement is true. When the bandits ransacked the surrounding areas, there were no officers nearby to hear the people's cries for help.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, he's angry about that one. They weren't always bandits. They were once refugees, those who had lost their land and couldn't get enough to eat.
What difference does that make?
Yeah. Talking on this further is pointless. Zhang sheathes his blade and steps out of the clinic before Dr. Xiu can reply. I guess of his eyes, you've done a bad thing, you're a criminal. You've done a bad thing, it's the rest of your life. There is no going back after you do this one bad thing. The night grows hazy, draping a faint veil over the trees in the forest.
What was I expecting?
Some hidden, non-existent truth? Zhang leaves the dirt road and turns into the forest. Along the path's edge, the darkening grass and shrubs bow away to either side. Layer by layer, the dense, overlapping branches part as he moves deeper into the forest's embrace. There was no hidden truth, no injustice, just a transaction, one that may even help the refugees. But your duty was to protect the people of Shu County. How could you sacrifice their lives? You should have thought about your actions. Stop to think what could have... He's talking to his father. Past tense. He stops in his tracks. It's a clearing in the forest. A tiger crouching at its center. Enormous and beautiful, the tiger bears a silent blue flame in its brow, its fur shimmering like moonlit silk. Cheng recognizes a familiar wound on its forehead, so he wasn't dead. That's the same tiger that attacked me a few days ago, but I saw it fall from the cliff with my own eyes. The tiger prey pays no attention to him. Instead, it stretches its neck, lets out a deep, resounding call, and springs forward to the north. That's the direction of the clinic.
Hold there!
Okay, let's see. Alright, we need to connect everything now. So, let's see. What if I just do... What if I just do this? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright. So... Maybe just this simple? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm getting this. This blue area, as long as it's within the area, I can get this. So, let's see. I'll go here. Go past here. There we go. Alright, let's see. I'll just exact this. There we go. You know, this thing's kind of hard moving with the mouse. It is hard moving with the mouse. I'm afraid the last minigame here is going to... Cheng Heguang clenches his fist, sending dozens of blades after the tiger. They converge on it in an instant, only to ricochet outward, bursting apart like fireworks. What on... He tries once more, but the blades are again knocked away. It seems the tiger's fur is tougher than any steel. It isn't long before the tiger arrives at the clinic, Cheng in close pursuit. He can only watch as it brings down the south wall with its single
Careful!
strike. Dr. Xu, watch out! The tiger lifts its front paws high, then freezes. Hair-thin silver threads lace around it, binding it like a fly in a web. Inside the half-collapsed house, Dr. Xu grips her bone shuttle, placing herself in front of the collapsed hunter, clinging to a small wooden container. What are you doing here? I came to deliver this chicken soup. We cooked a big pot of it. Sorry. Pot. Sorry. We cooked a big pot of... I'm hearing myself hearing the word pee, but it just goes air. Like that. A big pot of it at home earlier tonight. This wasn't me. I didn't leave the tiger here. I thought it dead already. Cheng Heguang, get him out of here. This beast is too strong. Her words and body shake with the effort of holding the tiger in place. Cheng leaps in behind her and swiftly lifts the hunter to his feet. Get up, run! The blind tiger's blend tenses, and a second later, the silver threads snap. Ah! Amid a burst of dust and debris, Cheng grabs the hunter and rolls aside. When the dust clears, the clinic lies in ruins. Dr. Xu is nowhere to be seen. The tiger stalks toward Cheng. A severed right arm clenched in its jaws. Oh, so it did injure him. Cheng catches a glimpse of Dr. Xu's bone shuttle glinting between the tiger's fangs before it disappears down its throat. Get out of here! Now! Go back and find the village headman! What about you?
I will deal with it.
But first, I must get in closer. Much closer. The hunter flees at a full speed as the tiger lunges toward Cheng, slips past the tiger's attack, leaps upward, and strikes down from above. Wow! Golden sparks scatter as white fur and cold steel collide. The strike has forced open a hairline cut in the tiger's hardened hide, but the blade is now lodged in it. I bet this is gonna extend out. Cheng grips the blade's hilt, closes his eyes, and draws in a deep breath. Sets the flow of chi, find the shuttle in the tiger's stomach. I can do this. It takes a moment, but soon enough he begins to feel the flow of chi in the tiger's body. Through the muscles, I can feel it. The shuttle's unmistakable chi. The innards of this arcane creature have churned and tangled its chi into a chaotic mess. one that Cheng fears he lacks the ability to unravel. As he probes further, the chi grows cold and dense, as if it were closing in around him. It's cold. Like winter. Instant. You fool of a boy! You are not to use your arcane skill again, do you hear me? Are you trying to get us all killed? It's best you don't come into training tomorrow. You're not selling the house anymore? Oh, I see. My condolences. He's really dead? An accident. Who would have thought a military... I couldn't read that fast.
No!
No. I don't have no control of this. Snow drifts down onto the narrow courtyard. In Guangzhou, it seems the snow never truly ends. How can I find what he wants? Where do I even begin? I've already searched every corner of the courtyard. But returning empty-handed would mean admitting defeat to father, and I refuse to do that again. The stubborn child turns his gaze toward the open gate and beyond. They told me never to go out of here, to go out there. That once I step through that gate, I'll never be able to come home again. But I have to
find a way out.
I have to go through it. Maybe what he wants is on the road, and if I can find a way out, then I can find a way back in. He steels himself and takes a tentative step outside. Heguang, trust your sense of chi. It'll show you more than your eyes alone. A slight tremor ripples beneath the snow.
I found it! I found it!
Good job. And he found it. Chi closes around the shape of something solid, and Cheng's eyes snap open. The shuttle hardens in an instant, as though already clenched in its hand. He recalls what he learned as a child, hunting alongside the sons of wealthy families. Ahead of the stomach, a piercing scream bursts forth from the tiger's throat as its struggles grow frantic. Angle inward above the foreleg, beneath the ribs, and...
Your heart is right here!
Nice. Nicely done. Nicely done, Cheng. He used the shuttle inside his stomach and just guided it towards his heart. Cheng can no longer hold on as the tiger's death throes turn wild. The tiger gives one last painful roar and thrashes across the ground before stillness takes it. And the now metallic shuttle bursts through the tiger's chest and rolls to a stop beside Cheng. Nicely done. Dr. Xiu staggers up to him, laboring to guide her silver thread to stitch the gushing wound on her right arm. Are you able to stand? Cheng forces a faint smile and sucks in a sharp breath of cold air. Sometime later, torchlight begins to flicker alongside the forest's edge. The village guards have finally arrived, fully armed and ready. I've brought help. I thought you said there was a tiger. Where, huh? It's dead? Fine snow drifts down like fuzzy willowed catkins. Winter is drawing to a close. And we're getting close to the end here, guys. Those poses are really difficult. Honestly, more difficult than you can imagine. I think it's all about adding to the sum. Time to celebrate! A celebration. The arcane tiger was beautiful. The final gasp of winter snow falls, eventually giving way to clear skies. For this impoverished village, such a celebration is rare. Every household gathers in Master Hu's courtyard, drinking deeply and eating meat by the mouthful. Rumor has it that this is all thanks to Dr. Xiu's medication, marking it a feast to celebrate the slaying of the tiger and to pray for a plentiful harvest in the year to come. Make way! Our young hero's here! A toast to you, my friend! The moment Cheng steps into the courtyard, several hunters block his way with raised bowls of wine.
No need.
There's no need for that. I merely did what I could. There's no need to be so polite. Come, sit, have a drink with us. It'd be rude not to. I don't care for drinking. Drink, drink, drink. Yeah, go on. Dr. Zhu hides behind a nearby pillar, quietly chuckling to herself. So let me see. So I think she did lose her arm. Yeah. Hopefully that will get him to loosen up a bit. Doctor, my belly hurts. A little girl tugs at the doctor's sleeve, looking up at her with tear-filled eyes. She squats down, presses gentle fingers on her pulse, and slips a sugar-bound pill into her hand. It's nothing to worry over, child. Take this sweet little pill, and you'll feel better in no time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Xu lifts her eyes to see a deep blue-clad figure sitting along the edge of the black roof tiles. That boy, can he really not enjoy any sort of celebration? She climbs the ladder up to the eaves, one step at a time. Even I need a ladder to get up to the roof these days. There are too many people down there. I did only my duty. There's no need for all this gratitude. I saw the tiger fall into a ravine. How was it able to survive? Such things are rare, but not unheard of. Perhaps it was not a tiger at all, but instead a beast possessed, controlled by some arcane means, or perhaps it was some manner of mindless spirit. I heard once that a long time ago, a horse once jumped off a cliff only to find a great fortune, even ascending to immortality.
Please.
Dr. Xu opens her wine jar and sits cross-legged beside him. I tell you no lies. Who can truly explain matters of the arcane? Anyway, I'm here to inform you that the clinic hasn't had a patient for 3 days now. You should seize this opportunity while it lasts. Remember my words about waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Her right sleeve hangs empty, the torn hem still unrepaired, giving her a slightly disheveled appearance because she lost her arm. Yeah, that was right. Chung grips his left hand tightly, lost in thought. What's wrong? Can't make up your mind? Credentials, I must ask. Why do you wish so dearly to become an official?
No.
To overshadow my father's name with my own. One morning he left and never returned. Since then, our family has faced nothing but trouble. At one time, the residents even surrounded us. Why not simply move away? After the incident, many of the family couldn't stand the gossip and returned to their lives in the countryside. But we cannot give in to those people, and we can't run from the stain on our name.
Don't bother with it.
Don't bother with the rumors. Don't bother with those who try to kick you when you're down. One day, I will prove our family's innocence. The sound of the villagers' laughter floats in the breeze. But you were innocent all along. In truth, it was my fault. She takes a swig of wine, her voice growing hoarse. So are we getting a flashback on that day? Many died that year, but the granary was still heavily guarded. Without an inside man, it would have been almost impossible to succeed. I asked your father for help. I told him we only need a handful of people, that we needed to strike during the guard change, grab some grain and maybe a few men, then go. He took a leave of absence to distance himself, pinning all the blame on me and using the Bennett tax as a cover. It didn't cost much of a stir. No one spent much time on it. At most, he took the blame for negligence, and it was simply a good deed, done without a second thought. But more than just a handful of refugees came that night. When word spread, everyone argued to come along and grab a bag of rice for themselves. I figured I needed the help. After all, how much could I carry on my own? It was truly only ever meant to be a few more pairs of hands. I only wanted to help as many people as I could. The people below link arms, their voices raising in clamor. The little girl, who only moments ago had taken medicine for her stomach, chases her friends in the courtyard. Let me guess. We entered the city and found ourselves at a merchant's house. Some were so taken with the black tiles and white walls that they refused to move on. I was eager to get the grain and leave, so I took a few of my most trusted men directly to the granary. By the time I returned, the situation had already spiraled out of control. Because you and your people had good intentions, but when someone heard of rumors about your plan of heist, they were eager to go. You could not have known that these bandits are bad bandits. And if your group turned to banditry just to help a few people that were starving, you trusted criminals. Fires, yelling, and screaming. I watched my friends break into houses and come out with hands full of jewelry. I shouted, "Are you out of your minds? Are you out of your minds?" Or the fact that they simply want to steal more. She laughs loudly, spraying a mouthful of wine. They said, "We're stuck outside the city, starving and freezing, trudging along dirty roads. What right do these people have to sit in the city, feasting in their fine halls?" Like what I saw when I first arrived here. Indeed. I stopped a few, urging them to hurry along. We still had to go back and hand out the grain, but most refused to listen. From then on, I told myself that those white houses held some sort of evil magic. Otherwise, how could they lure good people to their doom? After all, they all died in the end. A burst of noise erupts from under the eaves. See, I told you I could make fire. Little flames dance at his fingers, and a steady fire burns in the middle of the courtyard. Looking down from the roof, the flames seem as though they are scorching the houses. Or is it that they only cast a warm orange glow on their faces? A proud laugh from the young men sets the children off, while the others frown in disapproval. Dr. Zhu tosses her wine jug outside, hops to her feet, and lets out a hearty laugh of her own. At the sound of her voice, people turn their gaze upwards. "Burn it! Burn it all! Burn down the house! Burn down the walls!" The houses were burned to blackened ruins, but rice grew in abundance from the fertile soil. "Doctor, what are you talking about?" The doctor's drunk. She's playing at being a general again. "Hey, why are you putting it out?" With the flames fizzled out, the surrounding houses returned to their original dreary state. Or the fact that I may have been wrong before. Maybe. I guess some people had enough. I don't think it's enough to steal some food or steal some change just to get by, just to get some food to people. I guess they all got greedy in the end. Dr. Zhu sits back down, leaning against the roof tiles and looking extremely drunk.
I'll go with you.
I'll go with you tomorrow.
No.
Cheng unclenches his fist. The iron shuttle hovers 3 inches above his palm, its surface marked with faint bloodstains. This could be the proof he needs. Perhaps it was due to the tiger's strange chi, but the effect of his arcane skill had not faded. Instead, it had permanently turned the bone shuttle to metal.
Shuttle Bones is dead.
Yeah, that's your proof right there. Your blood was on... Yeah, a severed arm, a blood-stained weapon, or whatever it is. He got his proof. They don't need to care.
But the people need you.
True. She turned into a good doctor in the end. I guess it's one way, sacrifice an arm to help a life, you know? I guess this was one time that he spared her. He did spare a bandit turned doctor. Commander Cheng, while this house may not match the grandeur of Noble Estates, it is a century-old building embodying both quiet wisdom and integrity. Look at these walls. They have stood for many long years and are as sturdy and white as ever. I've looked it over a few times now, and it is quite impressive. It's beautiful though a little cramped. I'm not certain I'll have the room to swing my sword. Still devoted to your training. Your ambition never ceases to amaze me, and I have an itch on my calf. Give me a moment. Heguang, I just know you'll be an excellent martial artist someday. It's too close to the ancestral hall. Just the thought of that place makes my knees hurt all over again. That's your fault for being such a mischief maker. Besides, there are far worse punishments than kneeling for 2 hours a day. Come now, there's really nothing wrong with the size. Let's just try to be content with the place. What's the use of all that space anyway? Too true. Let's sign the deed today. Excellent, excellent! Yep. Oh my! Look at those flowers flying through the air. Heguang! Oh, it's no trouble at all. The young master's magics are truly impressive, like scattering golden flowers to celebrate your new home. And I must say, congratulations once more. You've made the right choice. May your home be blessed with peace, your family flourish, and wealth fill your halls. I wonder what the accident was, though. That is my question. Okay, that's funny. The first thing says the cage, and the last thing says the cage. The cage continues, or something like that, you know? Yeah, the cage again. I don't know what the hell happened there. Oh! The present day. A door at the far end of the hallway shuts, blocking out the muffled sounds of conversation. As the 400-year-old tale comes to an end, its listener scratches her head. So, after that, you went back to Zhu County and became a constable? Cheng shakes his head. For some reasons, I failed to become a constable that year. I gave them the iron shelter to Li Huifeng, and he only smiled. But when I met you, it seemed you'd already been a constable for quite some time, arresting people, shouting orders. You were actually rather skilled at it.
I was lucky.
2 years later, another constable position opened up. I succeeded in filling it. So this story of yours has something to do with this box. A finely crafted wooden box rests on the wooden table in the middle of the room. The lid has been removed and placed beside it. Inside is a bill of exchange, listing the Hu family in the capital, and an amount of 10,000 taels of silver. It also reads, bestowed upon Dr. Zhu, presented to Cheng Heguang. Interesting. The East Asia branch just told me that they had an old artifact in their warehouse, one that's been lying around for centuries. I heard it once belonged to the Hu family, with specific instructions to pass it on to a man named Cheng Heguang, possessor of a rather unique arcane skill. But where would we find someone to honor it? Surely they've all long forgotten about this thing by now. I've never heard of anything like this before. So much has happened since then. I never returned to that riverside village. With all of this money, were you still in Huazhou, you'd be living a life of leisure with not a care in the world. But now times have changed because you guys literally were in stasis inside a May tree, a big tree, mind you, for what, 200 years, 2,000 years? I think it was 2,000 years, I'm not too sure. The Hu family is long gone, and the once valuable bill of exchange is just another useless scrap of paper. But why would she gift you all this? So you can probably live a life without depending on merits. I don't know. I suppose now I never will. Yeah, you could blame it on to that moth Yao or whatever her name is. Paper Heron suddenly smiles. As if recalling something, she paces back and forth twice before finally walking to the door.
Don't worry.
Miss Elder, perhaps all she wanted was for you to live an unworried life. Either way, I've done what was asked of me. I'll be on my way. Thank you for the story, Heguang. The door closes, and Cheng is left standing alone in the room. It is strange that they're both in the present day. Ooh, okay. A little flashback. Are you leaving? Cheng nods as he finishes packing up his bundle. Matters are settled here. I need to head back right away. Here, take this medicine. It'll help you with your cough.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you're letting me go. I thought, at the very least, you'd resent me for what happened with your father. He made his decision, and he took responsibility for his actions. Sometimes I think you're much more alike to us bandits than your vaunted officials. I mean, he'll learn his path, true enough. From the main story, though, Cheng puts the medicine in his bag and stops for a moment.
No.
Do not misunderstand me. If you return to banditry, I will show you no mercy. It doesn't matter what anyone's intentions were. Things happened as they did, and everyone has paid the price.
This is for the best.
Your price is to be a doctor, and mine is to be a constable. It is for the best, yeah. You had no hand in all of this, and it's not your fault. You are not your father. True. I know, but that changes little, because to these people, whoever became an official carries the family name, and when someone dishonors a family name, it'll curse that rest of the family, no matter what. It'll curse the son, it'll curse the daughter, hell, it'll curse the wife or the wife for being, I don't know. They'll just find ways to shift blame or to have someone to make gossip up or make fun of. But yeah, family name's important, you know. You probably think me a rambler by now, but why not stay in the village, live the life of a tiger-slaying hero? Why go back and put up with all that scrutiny? The offer is tempting. Slaying that tiger was indeed exhilarating. But he chose not to. But what do titles and glory matter to a hero that has more than himself to thank for? Or think of. One who has a beautiful white house in Zhu County, where his mother still lives. One who is the son of a Cheng. It is that hero's duty to protect that little white house. And how can he leave before the walls are repainted white?
But
In the end, I'll always be the son of a bandit.
Constable or bandit? They're
Yeah.
only words.
That is both true. They are just words.
no.
They are more than just words. They are a gateway to the martial arts, to handfuls of silver, and to life-saving medicine. Just as the art enjoyed by the elite and the common folk differs, so does their etiquette. Outside the home, one listens to... I could not read that fast. To teachers and superiors. Inside the home, one follows the manners of one's mother. True words. The people of the county hold the works of sages and scholars as unquestionable truth. One must hold compassion and kindness for others. Even when in crisis, one must carry integrity, justice, and honesty, even when in poverty. But none of them hail the brute who saved the village from a tiger. True righteousness can only be delivered through true righteous acts.
When I become a constable, I'll be fair and do right by the people.
This I swear. Were I in charge of the militia here, I never would have let that tiger wreak havoc for so long, and I wouldn't have let any people die. Nor would I have let those refugees starve. None of this would have happened. You'll need to be a great general if you're to stop it from ever happening again.
Of course it can be done.
Of course, once I become constable, I will rise through the ranks. Militia captain, regional commander, becoming a general will be within my grasp. If only all it took were grand words, eh? But that's not how the world works. She shakes her head. But then again, if you could truly live a life of wealth and glory, I suppose that's not such a bad compromise. She smiles, a hint of melancholy in the curve of her mouth. Officials have always had beautiful homes. Perhaps your parents hoped as much for you. But should things go awry someday, do you know where to find me?
I'll help you.
And now he never will. Right? Because time passes. Zhu County looks just as it did before. The streets are filled with pretty houses, one on top of the other, and all topped with black tiles.
Only words.
Constable
Is that so?
Yeah. Constable and bandit are only words. I've been away for so long. I wonder how things are at home. He's gonna find out that his mother passed away, huh? Cheng passes beneath beneath 3 Python, and the familiar sight of his home comes into view. I freaking knew it. That year, I had planned to sell the house and set aside some money. Those who came to look all praised it, calling the courtyard splendid and the house magnificent. A good house keeps its wealth hidden. You'd never know whether it was filled with gold and jewels or rolls of finest silks. They walked in full of envy but left sighing and grumbling. I'm trying to read here, damn it. I'm trying to keep up. Because there was nothing to be found in our house. Because a tomb is a house for the dead.
And the home can be the same for the living.
This ancient house has played host to countless masters, and now it adds one more to its history. The long white banner flutters in the wind, scattering the red may blossoms on the ground. Another gust of wind blows into the room, sweeping away the thin, pale bill of exchange. Yeah. Seeking victory in the wrong place only invites further misfortune. The bill floats out of the window, soaring higher and further like a bird in flight, until it goes beyond the range of his arcane skill, becoming a barely visible white dot in the distance. Paper Heron pokes her head around the door.
Oops.
My memory's terrible. You know, there's something else I forgot to mention. I bumped into some folk from the East Asia branch of the Vigilantes Bureau. They're looking to recruit you. This is where he... Oh, okay. So this is their new member, huh?
About that.
You know them, right? Their job is like that of a constable. Catching thieves, writing reports, and that sort of thing.
May I ask?
Anyway, I'm just passing along their message. So, what do you think, Damnhouse? Chung looks at the empty box. A barely perceptible smile crosses his face. Let's talk about it later. He remembers an old house, a white house. A house that welcomes life into the world. A house that bids farewell to those who pass. A house that has laid to rest father, mother, and whatever. A welcome with clearly defined edges, square and stern in its form. A house consumed by fierce flames.
I could never find what I'm seeking in that home, so I burned it down and left.
So that's a reason, huh? Alright, so that was an interesting thing. Of course, you know what I'm going to do next, yeah? The final cleave is what we're going to do, and then we'll do his survey. So, is this going to be 3 rounds only? Alright, so you got to figure out how to get... So let's see. What if I do this. Oh, damn it. Do this only. Go here. And then. There we go. Okay. So we have to be greater than both of them. Okay. So let's see. The 50-15. Let's see. We can do here. I guess. I could probably do this one. Then up, down. Oh wait. There we go. Yeah, the mouse is not good for this as well. Okay. Okay. 15 again, 15 again. So I think. Let's see what we do here. So let's see. And here. And ah, damn it. Oh, I forgot the 5 down here as well. Okay, so let's think. If I just do this first. Go here. Go here. Oh, come on, you're kidding me, right? Okay. I gotta think. I gotta make it extend here. So, let's see. Alright, let's see. Put this here. There we go! I got it! Yeah! Smart brain. I did it. And, of course, survey time. Alright, so, Cheng Heguang, DPS support, follow-up attack. God, I like this art here. So, I've already read it as well. Yeah. Alright, let's see. He works well with you? Okay.
Stay behind me. I'll keep us safe.
Alright, let's see how you handle it.
良计出，网友不为。
I didn't pick anything. I literally didn't pick anything, but okay. Did I have it on? Immediately, huh? Immediately, huh? Alright, let's see what we can. Again.
Please lend me your power.
I'll keep them occupied.
Please stay behind me.
Try this.
Be careful. Listen.
I never want to see his responsibility.
My responsibility. You won't get away.
It's a good call.
No matter.
Dare you? My responsibility.
That's nice, though.
It isn't time to open it yet.
I want to do this closer, but that's already filled. Let's try.
Swift as an arrow.
Right.
I know this beat.
Let's see how it looks.
You are in my jurisdiction.
Ooh. Last move.
Journey to the cosmos.
Face me. No matter.
I think we need to defeat the boss more than anything, to be honest.
I know it by cupping the moon in the palm of my hand. To the right.
This conch should do.
Swift as an arrow.
Oh look, here's
Alright,
another
let's go
one.
with that.
Look. I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the curious thing.
Journey
Slowly,
through the
but
cosmos.
surely, we're gonna flip it out.
We're not afraid of you.
You are in my jurisdiction.
Okay. Let's see about speeding. Ooh. Well, I've already seen it in normal speed.
Oh,
Might as well
be
just see
careful.
the fast speed.
Careful of the gifts.
You are not welcome here.
Come on. A little more. That's a lot of damage. That's a hell of a lot of damage.
To the left, to the right. To the left.
This conch should do.
Let's try this.
You won't get away.
Shine. Journey through the cosmos.
Nice! Nice.
Oh, be careful.
Regaining control of our
We
bodies.
stand together.
By cupping the
You want me to?
Okay. I guess so.
by cupping the moon.
You want me to?
Might as well.
Please stay back. This conch should do.
Oh. Didn't mean to, but oh well.
I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky.
We'll find our home one
So,
day.
ooh. Getting closer. Shipping it away slowly.
Oh, be careful. You are not
Just a few
welcome
more.
here.
Shine.
Few more.
Careful of the gifts.
No! Was gonna finish it off with his ultimate. Oh well.
Return to your position.
Damn it. Well, I guess that is the end of that. So, what do you guys think of the story so far? I think it was a bit sad and interesting because what drove the man to try to go through the ranks, rise through the ranks, so he can have the power and authority to change the fate of his family and the state of where he's stationed? It is true that some things can happen when you have the highest authority, and it's also funny that not really funny, but it's interesting that he spared that Yu character, because she was once a bandit that took part of the raid that sentenced his father to shame and execution, maybe. Assuming. And I get to see a little bit that comes after, like after they were both awakened in the May Tree by Reed, of all people. A funny thing as well that he may have a chance to join the Vigil's Bureau, because he's got the capability. He is a combatant. He is once an official. He follows the rules. He follows the way of doing the righteous things, But I wonder if there's gonna be an outfit for this dude, him dressing up like a Vigil's Bureau agent, like I forgot her name already. The one that wears the black mask all the time. I forgot her name. The ones that she was like a big sister to the young Yue. Yeah, the young Yue. And it was interesting. So that's it for To Slay a Tiger, guys, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. So thank you all for watching this video, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, be sure to click the subscribe button and check out my channel for many of my videos. Some of them may be games like this, some of them may be horror games, some may be variety that I like to do. Whatever catches my eye, maybe. And yeah, Reverse 99 has been my favorite game when it comes to story, music, and of course character designs or gameplay in general. But there's a lot room to improve. Well, there's a lot more games that are in my books. So that's the end of that. So I think there are more events to do, like the Musei's arcade. From when I found out that it's just like a Mario Party thing. You play mini games with players, and hopefully you'll get enough points to get your rewards, which is one of them might be Horrorpedia's costume, maybe. But I'm not going to show you that yet because I don't think I have the time for it. And it'll take forever to go through the mini games, maybe. So that's it for that. So until the next story or this next event or the next chapter begins, we shall see. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the videos. Peace out and have an awesome week. Bye!